Hello and welcome to a little bit of a different type of video for today. We are going to be doing a tutorial on how to build a meta modern cannon base. We're going to be playing under vanilla here. I'm gonna put on some mods so I don't have to wait for all the build times. Few people have been asking me to make some tutorials, so I figured, you know what, a modern meta base would be a good start. So generally on this map, you start off by selling all this metal, because this is a little bit, you don't really need 2 metal, and then you can get all the mines going. This is about base design here, it's not about eco builds or anything, so I'm just gonna get all of that down, all the 6 mines down, because everybody goes for 6 mines. Then you're gonna want to get this cross braced, and pretty early on, you're gonna want to get, if you're going for really modern bases, this is like tar level bases. Tar is a very good base designer. You want to get the turbines a little bit angled back, a little bit angled upwards, because you want your base leaning back, at least on vanilla. And then you want to support the base like so, because base backlean is extremely strong due to when there's more weight on the back. That means you can balance more weight out in the front here, which means you can get more defenses. And for stability tech, we're going to be going the standards. You want to get a little bit of a triangle like so, then another triangle like so. If you can't connect this, then grab this strut, the first triangle, and drag it to the right until it connects to the next foundation node. Go like that, and then drag this strut. This is the other side of the triangle. Drag it like that, and you've got, and then take this strut and drag it like so. So you have like 2 little structures. If you want, you can also drag it like so. Not necessary though. It's just if you want. And the next part is perhaps the most important part, is you get forelongs. Forelongs are 4-long struts. They are the longest strut in the game. I'll demonstrate here. This is a 4-long strut. It's twice as long as one of these 2-longs here. And this is basically the backbone of your base, because it's like 3 times as strong, and it allows you to have basically 2 struts overlapping, providing a lot of support. You also want to drag this strut over to the side like I did just there, because you'll get a foundation node and another strut connection to this joint here. This joint here perhaps takes on the most stress out of any joint in the game, or perhaps other than this joint. But if this joint has more support directly from the ground, then this joint will take less stress. So this joint takes a lot of stress, so having a lot of support on this joint is extremely important. You're also going to want to get another set of 4-longs on the second set of 2-longs here. It looks like I can't get it on this one yet. As I build more weight on this, this will be compressed downwards, and I will be able to get it later. Also, 4-long here is important, behind the core. This takes a lot of stress as you start building up your cannons on top. Let me actually builds that now. Little cannon tech. This is not, I guess, pretty meta. There could be, there's 4-longs designed like this. I don't usually design 4-long designs like this, but you know what? If we're going meta designs, this is 4-longs is the way to go. Oh, yeah, but they are funky. That's the problem. Is that they're not very draggable. But like so, these are very strong. Longer the strut generally, the better the support. I don't think I'll be able to get another 4-long up here, but... So, turbines like this, and we're going to start building up the cannon stacks now. So generally, for 1 cannon slot, you want to get two braces, two 2-longs. I'm using grid 2-longs here, so as you can see, there's boxes. 2-long, wait, no, I have to have something building. 2-longs refer to 2 grid spaces. As you can see, there's 1, 2. So 2-longs refer to that, and then 4-longs, of course, would refer to 3 grid spaces like so, and 4-longs refer to 4 grid spaces, which would be roughly up here. So you're going to want to get 2-longs, and this is quite important. First of all, you want the cannon strut to be 63 energy long. It's 63 to 62 is generally the most optimized. And then you want to get the cannon, very important, on the back strut. Because often if you have an enemy howitzer coming in from the other side, from team 2 over here, it'll often just blow through the doors, like we have doors on this. It'll often blow through the doors and destroy the first strut. Now, if a strut below a weapon is destroyed, the weapon on top of it will also blow up. So it's very silly, because that also goes with the core sometimes. Like a buzzsaw will just hit the core brace and the core will blow up, despite the core being able to tank a buzzsaw. So it's a little bit silly, but you do have to keep in mind small things like that. And I like getting two stacks or two cannons before staircasing. So I usually like going another set of 662 to 63 energy long, like so, and then another cannon, and then you have to start staircasing. Putting too much, the reason you start staircasing backwards is there's actually two reasons. First of all, distributes weight on the base. You don't want all of the weight coming down on the center here and on the front here. You want it to start also taking parts of the back because, well, more distributed weight means, well, your base can handle more weight. You don't want all the struts, you don't want one strut taking all of the weight. And there's a second reason. Because if a cannon, here I can actually demonstrate this. If a cannon from Team 2, hold on, now I have to build tech first. If a cannon from Team 2, hold on. Oh, I killed all the turbines. Oh, I don't have fast reload on. Oops. Have to just rebuild that. If a cannon hits like that, or let's say a hit up here, as you can see, the cannon does splash damage. So when you have doors not only all on the same level, let's say it hit right here, this would be taking less splash damage. The cannon, because you can see the cannon here took damage, the cannon down here, of course, took damage. So you have the cannon further away from the other cannon. So when a cannon shot from the enemy team comes in, the damage won't be, there won't be as much damage going around all your cannons on all of your doors, making repair costs slightly cheaper. So you staircase the cannons for both distributed weights and for cheaper repair costs. There's a double benefit there. And honestly, there's almost no downside. It's just the only downside is this can't shoot as far down. If you're playing on Ziggurat near the top base, you won't have as much downward angle as these two. But other than that, there's almost no downside. As you can see, I mean, yeah, not as much splash damage. So that's really nice. For back turbines, this is a vanilla. Normally you can get back turbines on a lot of vanilla bases, but since we're playing vanilla here, and we're assuming the map added wind floor, and usually you can also get back turbines behind the cannons themselves, like so. And generally, if you have a lot of space in the back, if you're top base in vanilla 4v4 or so, you can just get all of your turbines later in the game just behind all of your cannons. And this has the benefit of a lot of weight in the front and pushing more weight in the back. This means that you can also start putting more weight in the front here. I'm going to start showing you modern base defense. So you're going to want to get, first of all, you're going to want to get a piece of wood from this mine. Mines are super expensive to repair because they have high cost, and as you're repairing them, they're not producing metal. But you're going to want to get one large strut like that, but then a small piece of wood like so for defense, and then at the bottom or so. It's better to build it from bottom up, not top down. So you want to gonna build a 3 long there, like so, and the 1 long on top of it. And then also for here, you're gonna want to get 4 longs. These 1 long struts take a lot of stress here. These 1 long struts will take a lot of stress if you don't build that 4 long behind it. So I have a 4 long in between right here, but you can't see it because it's a. Here, maybe if I turn it to metal. Yeah, so you can see that there's a 4 long there, and there's also a 4 long here. And you want to get those 2 4 longs because if you don't, these 1 longs will take a lot of stress from the amount of all of the defenses you're going to be building in the game. And from here, you do want to get a little bit of wood on top of the core here, just so a cannon shot doesn't come down from the top and kill your core. After this, you want to just basically copy the 3 long into 1 long pattern. I get like a few boxes of wood on top. I don't prioritize that. So basically you just want to copy this pattern. This pattern is super good because if the enemy places down, let's say, hold on. Enemy places down, let's say, a nuke. I also need a sniper for a nuke. If the enemy fires a nuke at you, the nuke will impact one of these first struts and won't do too much damage to these back struts because there's a greater amount of distance between the front strut and the more dense back structures, so this will minimize splash damage. You also, another thing, you also want to build it slightly upwards, like the defenses. You want to have a slight angle upwards because as you add more weight, as you can see, the defense is starting to lean more downwards. So it's generally good to build it upwards so that later, if you continue adding defenses, and as weapons shoot you, it has space to sag down, and you're not, you don't have, and then the top of your core doesn't get exposed because all of your defenses are sagging downward. And it's also really good because if a cannon shoots you, it has also decent defenses, and if you cross-brace it, it'll only impact this first strut, also decreasing overall repair costs due to splash damage. So this is mostly the base I built. If you see me playing vanilla, it's very good. You generally these 3-longs allow you to get a gunner or let's say a buzzsaw in between the back strut and the front strut, so it's also a weapon space, and because it's a 3-long, it's super stable. Also, if this is a 1v1 vanilla, or I guess or any rule map that we're going against weapons like missiles or rockets or something, you can get gunners down here, get them doored, also get a trench, like so. A trench is really good because that means you can't get sniped. I mean, the gunner itself can't get sniped. I can't snipe that gunner with this guy. However, it can then shoot weapons down. Oh, okay, it doesn't look like automatic A works in 2v2s. Okay, so now we're going to move on to a few scenarios. If your enemy gets a howitzer, just spam gunners in the front here. I would expose some of them. I like exposed gunners because that means that they have to stay awake. They have to actively snipe and use their APM to deal with the gunners. But I also built some behind doors so that they can't all just be destroyed by, let's say, a minigun or a shotgun coming through. Like so. And for if your enemy is God forbid playing lasers and is throwing, just build a lot of space. I prefer building a lot of 2-longs, but if you want, you could just build 1 3-long like so in front of your cannons and get more like this. You have to build space doors because lasers, they have or at least fire beams have a penetration distance. Oh, I didn't explain this. You want to get this piece of struts there connecting to this door node is very important because often a cannon will hit this. Like, let's say this cannon, let's say I got aim. Do I got aim? No. Okay. Let's say a cannon hit this. It could just destroy all these wood struts and drop this top part as well. Which, if you have doors on the top part, and then this dies and it just drops, you're just like, oh, that's 400 metal gone. That sucks. Anyways, back to fire beams. This is really getting a cramped base over here. Fire beams. Oh, okay, I missed. Oh, so this is not very stable in this space. Go figure, right? Okay, I missed there. Oh. I'll get it one of these days. Anyway, so essentially, fire beams have a penetration distance, and for metal, they penetrate a lot less further than when they hit the wood. So they'll hit this first piece of metal, and from the first piece of metal, it's calculated that the distance after that is how far they'll penetrate. So if you're going up against fire beams, it's generally a good idea to have your front piece of metal, front material for both the top. I mean, the top one will always be a door, of course, the front, because you need to have a door to fire. But you also want the bottom strut to also be a piece of metal to stop the penetration from going in and giving the fire beams value. What else? I think that's mostly it. I mean, of course there's an infinite amount of eventualities that can happen. You know, if they get mortars or something, I guess this one mortar. You can get gunners right here, like so. You also have the choice of putting a sniper here on the strut and then getting a bunch of doors. And as you can see, this strut here is blinking because of all the weight on the forward base. If we didn't have that 4-long, it would be a problem. This strut also here's blinking, but we also have a 4-long here and a lot of support. So this is a lot of weight. Like I have a load of gunners, a buzzsaw, a bunch of cannons. Like so, this base can support quite a bit of weight. I mean, I will just build up a stack of stack of cannons to show you how much weight a base of this type. This is not perfectly built. I am kind of rushing, as I have 40 minutes before school starts, and I was like, you know what? Oh wow, this is badly built. You know what? Maybe I'll record a tutorial video because people are asking for that. Oh, come on. Yeah, perfectly deletion. Yeah, and if you want to know whether you can build on a strut, build it out of foreground bracing, because if you try and build out of foreground bracing and it automatically turns to background bracing, that means that that a device is blocking it. Another little tip. This base can support a crazy amount of weight. And as you keep staircasing it back, it will continue distributing the weight back, and that means that the base will also start leaning back more, which means that you know, it'll start leaning backward. Like this strut isn't blinking anymore. It's actually that's fascinating. Never seen that strut blink before. So as you can see, this is quite a bit of weight on this little base here. And so through this stability tech, 4 longs, you can also get just 3. If you want to be lazy, this is what I usually do. I just get 3 long boxes extended like this on most maps and just build it up like this and then connect it up to here and get 2 longs for turbines. That's what I usually do. But if you want to build the meta base, you do get 4 longs in the back. And it allows you to support a crazy amount of cannons and a crazy amount of weights if you're interested. You know, a lot of weight in the front. We can even probably place howitzer here. Can I? Yeah. I mean, a lot of blinking struts, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cannons, 1 howitzer, bunch of gunners, also below, doors, buzzsaw. This is the kind of the modern base. This is base design as it stands today. And I mean, it's been quite stable, but there's been small innovations like the angled turbines I showed you at the start. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, this base does have its limits, of course. There's no base that just allows you to have infinite weight. But the amount of weight this base can support is quite a bit. That's for sure. And oh, also here's a tip. If you want to, if a strut's blinking behind the turbines or something, you can build a door and simply manually open it. You can manually open a door by double clicking. This will allow the wind to pass through and won't need the upkeep of an energy shield or support, because energy shield is the most stable material in the game, but it's just extremely expensive, so you don't use it to build at all. So like this is a good example for the door, because the strut is facing a lot of stress, so I could just simply place that down, open it, and voila. Still have wind for these turbines. I mean barely, because the efficiency is being destroyed by the wood struts everywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much the modern base. Of course, if somebody fires a nuke at you, there's also like, of course, base reaction time, where you can build like something like this, because you're hoping that the nuke just impacts one of these struts far away. And the farther away it explodes, of course, the less damage it does, which is good. So this will be perhaps the first of many tutorial videos. I don't know yet. If you enjoy it, perhaps maybe more. Now I will. What? Whoa. Okay, fascinating. Never had that one before. Not sure if you can see that on the recording, but there's a few black boxes on my screen. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video.